between sunset and sunrise. There's a time of mystery, when the moon shines its golden glow and flying things wake up. Animals forage quiet trails. The stars come out to fill the sky. It's time for sleep for most, but for some it's a time to take in the beauty of the night. It's time to photograph the Milky Way. So let me show you how I did it among the chalk rocks of western Kansas. This video shares the views of the night, and I'll share how I recorded them. Well, I'm at Lake Scott State Park here in western Kansas. Now this area is the home of some of the other places I've already shown you, like Monument Rocks and Little Jerusalem State Park. It's also the home for another formation that I haven't been to yet, Chimney Rocks. I want to go over there and look at it, but probably not on this trip. This trip, what my real goal is to get some panorama of the Milky Way. And I'm going to do it a different way. Shout out to John Rudder Photography. John lives in Australia. He has some really neat videos about astrophotography, and particularly using a star tracker. Now, a star tracker is a device, a machine that you set your camera on, and it counter-rotates to the Earth's rotation. And what that does is it keeps the stars aligned. If you don't use that and you do a long exposure, like 20 seconds to 2 minutes, all of the stars will look elongated. They'll have little, what they call star trails. And sometimes that's nice if you want to do that effect, but not always. And in this case, I really want pinpoint sharp stars. So what I'm going to do is I'm using this star tracker in particular. This is called a Star Adventurer Mini, and it's made by Skywatcher, and it's really small, but it almost fits in the palm of your hand, and it's ideal for backpacking. Weighs, I don't know, maybe a pound and a half. So, you wouldn't want to take it on a long backpack, but for shorter hikes, maybe a day hike, a night hike, so you can get out and get some amazing star photos. This thing is a little beast. So I'm really excited about it. And there's a certain way to set it up, and I'm going to show you what I used based on what John suggested. Now, I used my travel tripod. It's a Starry AM225. You can see it there, and this has been a really nice little tripod. It's lightweight. It's carbon fiber. It's sturdy. And what I do is I don't bring out the last leg when I set it up for astrophotography. I leave this final leg in. It's sort of skinny, and trying to make it just as stable as possible. So let me set this thing up real quick. The first thing you need, especially doing star panoramas, is you need a very sturdy and stable and level base. And that's where your tripod comes in. And after that, this Star Adventurer Mini, now I've got the Pro Pack, and it has a few of the accessories on it that you would have to buy otherwise. Probably the most important one is this device right here. They call this an equatorial wedge. What it really does, it elevates the star tracker so that you can get it pointed in the northern hemisphere directly at Polaris, the North Star. First we put this on. And they have all these little helpful tools, well thought out on these things. If you look here, there's a bubble level right here, and I said that you need to have a very level base. That bubble level helps you do that. You adjust it for north. You need a compass. I use the compass out of my phone, and if you're using an iPhone, what you need to do is go into settings, scroll down until you find the compass, and then click on it. And then it has this location piece, and you want to use true north. There's a magnetic north and a true north. You want to click that so that it's focused on true north, and then you take it and you set it on top of your star tracker. Turn on your compass and orient it to north. And that makes your life a whole lot easier just to get started with. Just like that, and tighten it down. All right, so here is the little Star Adventurer Mini. That's all there is to it. And it's very simple to operate. It has one on-off button right here. And just recheck. Yep, you can see the bubble is all lined up. The tripod is level. I have this on here is pointing to the north, and now I need to make sure that it's aligned to Polaris. I'm using this app. It's called PS Align Pro, and this is the app. This is the app, PS Polar Scope Align Pro. And what I do is I look up Polaris. Here, let me just show you. I click on the star tracker right here. Look up Polaris. It gives me this, and I line this up on top of my star tracker, and I try to line it all up. And I use this knob to raise the tracker up and down, and then these two knobs on the side give you some adjustment to the left and right. And as John said, one of the things that you need to do, you need to try to isolate your camera in every axis, whether it's up, down, sideways, tilt, everything about it. You try to isolate that, and you do that by sort of building a sort of a Frankenstein of parts here. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ball head adapter, and I'm just going to screw this 3/8 inch screw right into the base of my ball head. Now this ball head is also made by Starry. This is one that John had recommended. It's really a nice ball head. It also has levels on the front and bubble level on the top. And you just take this, once you get it in place, and you slide it into your tracking device. Then we use these levels to level it. But once again, we have a level base. This is an attenuating panorama head, and you can set it whether it's 15 degrees, where it's set right now, and that gives me a 50% overlap as I'm doing the panorama. Depending on your lens, your camera, you can set it to 30 degrees, 45 degrees, all the way up to 60 degrees. And then this device allows you to just sort of almost set it and forget it. Once you put your camera on here, each time you want to take a new photo in the panorama, you just move it until it clicks, and it will click every 15 degrees. It has an Arca Swiss base, has an Arca Swiss top. Now, the one that John had, it had a 3/8 inch screw on the top, which was very handy. That pano head is no longer available, and this is the newer model. This is the replacement for it, and it has an Arca Swiss and an Arca Swiss, and that could be a problem, but I have a solution for it. Just take this, once again, slide it in place, push the button here, and then that allows you to lock it in place, and you can close the Arca Swiss mount on it. You can lock it here, and you can change this pin to change the degrees. So we have the ball head here that is leveling out all of the rest of your kit. This sits on top and allows you to isolate horizontal rotation of your camera. But now you need to isolate the vertical. To isolate the vertical, I'd plan to use my UDIIO fluid head. This is an awesome little head. I have used this up to now. Didn't have a ball head. I really like this better for what I was doing. It has a graded, you can measure how you're doing horizontally, and then you can also do your vertical. Arca Swiss top, but it has a 3/8 inch base. And so to get a Arca Swiss base, I went and I found an iShoot. iShoot makes this plate with a 3/8 inch screw. I just screw it on the bottom, and then now I have an Arca Swiss base that I can take and finish out my kit. So all that's left is my camera. So let's put it on and finish this up. Okay, so tonight I'm using my Sony a6700. I'm using this Viltrox lens. It's a 27mm f1.2 Pro, and this is an amazing lens. It does a great job. Lets in a lot of light, which you need, and I'm going to add that. So with this setup, I can pan from left to right. I can change the elevation. I can ensure that the whole system is level, and this tracker will rotate to counter the Earth's rotation. As it turns, it'll start getting off balance. And so after every couple of shots, I will check the balance, make sure it's back, and then I'll rotate it back. I'll just loosen the screw, rotate it back up until it's level, tighten the screw, and there you are. You're ready to take the next shot. All that's left are the stars to come out, and they'll be out soon. But I was wanting to get this all set up beforehand so that you could see it, and also that I'm not kind of fumble around with it in the dark. That's one of the things that I've learned, is if you get out early and you can go ahead and set it up and go ahead do everything that you need preliminary wise. And if you want to take some daytime photos or some blue hour photos, you could go ahead and do that. And then when you're ready, turn the device on and take your nighttime panorama. Let's see what it looks like. I took 16 photos to make this panorama, and then I did a second panorama with another 16 photos. But then my last shot of the night, I took a single photo of the Milky Way, and I believe this is my favorite. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed bringing it to you. It's so much fun to use a star tracker and get these long exposure photos of the stars. And planning to do it again just in a couple of weeks, going back to Great Sand Dunes National Park in southern Colorado. And then from there, I'm going on over to Chaco Canyon, New Mexico. And both times, I hope I can get some late season Milky Way photos and some great video of these historic places. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay on the path, and God bless you.